guys, welcome to DD's Biospace. Since all that we're going to discuss about some or the other way revolves around life, why not start by exploring life? So in today's video, I'm going to try to find two answers. Number one is how did we come into existence? Out of nowhere, just how the Big Bang Theory formed the earth, how did human life or even life in the first place come into existence? The second question is what makes us us? What makes us thin or fat, tall or short, fair or dark, and the color of the eyes, the texture of our hair, and what makes a plant and a virus a virus? What is the reason behind all these things? So every time you go to a family function or when you meet someone who knows your parents, they say, you look exactly like your mom, you resemble your dad, or your character is just like your grandparents, and it's all because of the genes you carry or the DNA. Similarly, when a crime has taken place, the police immediately start looking for DNA samples, be it a hair or saliva, whatever it is, they search for the DNA sample. So, from this, I think you should have got the idea that DNA is the key to what we are or who we are.
So DNA is known as deoxyribonucleic acid. Now I'm not going to go in depth and tell what it is and how it is because I am trying to find answers in a simple way possible so that either of us can understand. But if you are curious on knowing what it is, I'll be putting a few more information apart from this video, whatever I'm telling in the description below. You can go and check it out. Now DNA is the blueprint or the recipe book which tells how to form the living creatures. A human, a bird, a plant, whatever it is, how to do it is told by the DNA. And there are amino acids which is present in the cell environment. Now these amino acids and DNA, if you take a closer look at it, everything it is just chemicals. Now the DNA is telling the amino acids which is just present in a random manner to arrange itself in different sequences. If I give you say 1 to 10 number and ask you to arrange the numbers in between in different sequences, you can come up with many sequences. Similarly, the DNA is telling the amino acids to arrange itself in different sequences, and these different amino acids arranged together is known as proteins. And the protein is the reason why we are like this or whatever is happening, it's because of the protein for the living organism. Be it the appearance, be it the emotions, be it the proper functioning of the body or not good functioning of the body, it is all because of the proteins which is formed in the body. So the proteins will combine together. Different proteins which is produced because of the arrangement of the amino acid is going to combine together to form something called the tissue. And the tissues will combine together to form something called the organ. And these organs are heart, liver, kidney, and many other organs which we have. And different organs put up together is going to form a living creature. So this is how we are formed. And genes. For a very long time, I thought genes were different and DNA was different. But guys, no. Genes are just a part of a DNA. So if you take a DNA, every small part of a DNA is called a gene. Now this, I have just put it in simple diagram for you guys to understand. So these are amino acids which is present in a random manner in the cell environment, and they are getting information from the DNA, arranging itself in different configurations to form the protein, and different proteins together will form the tissue. The tissue will form the organ, heart organ I've drawn over here. This is not how it looks, but it's just for you to understand. And different organs together will form a human. Our different things together is going to form a plant, a fish, or a human, or any living creature as such. Now, these proteins which is formed, it should be in a particular shape. It should be folded in a particular shape depending upon the information got from the DNA. But if this is not happening in a proper way, that is when we get the disease. The disease itself, the occurrence is very interesting. I'll be putting it in my forthcoming videos. You can keep watching out for it. And another thing I want you to know is all these things require energy. This energy for humans and other animals is obtained by eating food. From that we get carbohydrates and lipids which is going to give the energy to perform all these functions. Whereas in case of plants, they are not eating anything, they are getting this energy from sunlight and water. This is how the living organisms work.
So we all know that DNA is the key for life. But how did this DNA come into existence in the first place? I was trying to find answer for this and I came across a convincing theory. So 4 billion years ago, due to Big Bang theory, when the Earth was formed, no life existed. It was just rock, soil, water, chemicals, and air. Now, these chemicals, as I told you, they combine together to form what we call the life or a creature, but they need energy. So long before the first creature which was formed, they say it got its energy from deep down the ocean using the hydrothermal vent energy. So deep down the ocean, there is something called hydrothermal vent, which gives out energy. So these chemicals, whichever was present, they utilized this energy from the hydrothermal vent. They combined together and they formed what is called as an RNA. RNA is just like DNA, but in DNA we saw there are two strands, which was just double stranded, which formed the structure. But a single strand, a slightly different chemical for configuration, is known as a RNA. So the RNA was believed to have formed first, and later through evolution, like when it gets copied, there are errors, and because of the errors, there are many new evolution possible. Because of the evolution, the single-stranded RNA, it became double-stranded. That's how we got the DNA, and now we have a lot of organisms, and also we did have a lot of extinct organisms because of this is what they believe.